So Merry Christmas. So it is Christmas morning. I was on shift yesterday and two packages actually showed up yesterday. They've been sitting outside. I was on shift yesterday, 24-hour shift, so I didn't get off till this morning. It is Christmas morning. And these two packages are sitting in my yard waiting for me. Fortunately, they stayed safe overnight, but I have a feeling this is going to be a Voltron Christmas. So anyway, Santa brought me two gifts. I'm going to open these up, do a little unboxing of these two items. But anyway, let's take a look. Okay, anyway, this is the first item, which I thought it was something. I thought it was the Action Toys Voltron, but it is the Daltanius. I did order the Voltron and this Daltanius from the same, what is it, Riobot toy base, but there was one small box and this is what was in that, but it is not the Voltron. But anyway, I'm going to open up the big box next. I'll come back to this later. So here's the big boy. I'm about to tear into this one. I think I know what this one is. I hope it's what I think it is. I'll be very excited if it is. Oh yes, this is what I thought it was. I've been waiting for this for like a year and it shows up on Christmas Day. Thank you, Santa Claus. This is going to be awesome. Let me take it out of this wrapper. So I am literally a little kid at Christmas. This is awesome. Merry Christmas to me. Look at this. I am so excited. I can't wait to get this out of the box. But this is the Riobot Voltron, the Legendary Defender, the Netflix one. I don't see Netflix anywhere on the box, but that was the Netflix show, which they recently took off Netflix, but it was a show. I really loved it. But yeah, let's get this boy out. But anyway, let's take a look at. I'm gonna get it out of this wrapper. We'll take a look at the box. Okay, so I got it out of the plastic wrapper. This is the exclusive edition. I got this direct from D4 Toys, so it was shipped from overseas. Wow, I can't believe this finally came. But anyway, let's take a look. This is the side of the box. You see, I got more toys over here. Stuff that I haven't put on a shelf yet. But anyway, here's the back of the box. Let's get a long shot there. This box is really big, really nice. And let's look at the other side of the box. Trying to do this with one hand and my cell phone. But yeah, I don't really have a setup because I was so excited to get this. I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to get it out of the box. But yeah. So that's the side of the box. And then I already showed the back. And the bottom is just legalese. And then the top of the box. DreamWorks Voltron. All right, so I gotta bust this guy open. I wish I could film myself. You should my excitement when I was pulling it out of the package, but yeah, I'm filming it myself. So anyway, I'm gonna open it up. We're gonna look at the robot inside, do a quick unboxing. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the tape if I get my X-Acto knife out. Alrighty. Alrighty. So I'm going to have to put the camera down and pull all this out. So I just slid it straight out of the box, and looks like on top you've got the exclusive parts for the Black Lion, the wings, an instruction manual. Put that to the side. So on the other side of the plastic is the weapons for the yellow and the blue, red and green, the sword. It's going to be awesome. I guess this attack, it changes the wings into a shield, I think. Alrighty, so let's see. Oh, And this is the Voltron. Look at that. Look at this. Looks beautiful already. So this is the first, I have the Playmates version of this. Let me grab that one and I'll show you real quick before I take this one out. But, yeah, so this is the first high-end Legendary Defender Voltron. But, yeah, so this is the packaging. So anyway, here's my Playmates version. I really like this toy. It's a fun toy, but you know, it's a kid's toy, but it was a lot of fun. It's not very accurate, the sizing wise and everything. The lines looked really cool in lion mode, but anyway, this is Voltron's been sitting on the shelf for a while. Anyway, now we're going to compare him to this guy. Took the plastic top off. I had some gloves in my pocket from work, so I figured I'd just put those on. But let's just grab a couple of lines here. The black line. Oh, he's pretty heavy. Oh, I can smell the new paint on that. So here's the black line. Yeah, it really smells. Anyway, black lion. The yellow lion. He's heavy, but this one feels quite a bit lighter. Some more plasticky, but it's the yellow lion. Blue lion. It looks like they used the slide-in method. That's the same as for the tail, the same as the Playmates toy. Yeah, this is very light too. So these do feel very much like plastic. The outer lines. I don't know if there's much die cast in this. This part here actually feels like it's metal, and this part up top, but it's still pretty light. And then take a look at the green lion. So pretty cool. So I'm going to have to read the directions a little bit. I'm probably just going to form it into Voltron and show you that real quick. Not really do a full review on it because, you know, I'm excited. I just want to take it out of the box and mess with it a little bit. But I think that's the next thing. I'm going to look at the directions, put it into Voltron. And, of course, got shield and the wings, which attach to the back. So anyway, let me go ahead and take them all out. So anyway, take a look at the blue and yellow lines first, compared with the Playmates, which I think is the only other, besides the die-cast one, is the only other Voltron, legendary Voltron from the Netflix series. But anyway, so they use the same kind of slide-out tail mechanism. This is the, this been in Voltron mode for so long time. The tail is rubbery on the Playmates, but I'm having a little trouble sliding that out. On these, I don't know how to lock them. I'll have to read the directions. I'm sure there must be a way to lock the tail in, but as you can see, it's kind of floppy, and so there must be a way to lock the tails in. But like I said, I haven't read the directions. I'm just messing with it without reading the directions. So, but I have tried to lock the tails. It does look like there's a little a plastic piece in there that looks like it's supposed to lock somewhere, but I have to look it up. But as you can see, the Playmates is bigger. It uses very similar transforming. But so first thing you will notice is on the Playmates, a lot of paint is missing, like the blue highlights and everything are not there. Sculpting is a little bit better on this one, of course. You know, more detail on the legs and in the body and everything, more sharper lines. But they also have a lot more paint. The blue is there. So here's the blue Playmates version. And the Playmates, you could put a little pilot in there. So on the Playmates, this one, the red whatever this piece is, the guard or whatever, comes down a little bit further, and here it doesn't come down as much, but it hits on the top of the leg there. But you can see it does have more paint on it, the black paint and everything. The next two slide in and out. You can see the hinge on the red piece there. Anyway, this is the face sculpt. The mouth does open. Yeah, I just wish I could find a way to lock that tail. The tail is articulated. Like the Playmates one is rubber. This one is it's got a lot of joints on it, so it is articulated. I will, like I said, I gotta figure out how to lock it. I don't know if there's a lot of die casting. I mean, the center body piece feels cold, like it is, but it doesn't feel that heavy. It feels pretty light. I mean, it's not as light as the Playmates, definitely not, but so anyway, that's the blue line. Then we'll take a look at the yellow line here. This is the Riobot yellow line. See the blue highlights and the painting. Really nice paint, really nice sculpting. So the back legs are very smallish compared to the front legs. I don't know if you can tell that in the where the Playmates is a little bit more robust, but again, you can see the differences a little bit in the sculpting and the painting. I haven't put it in Voltron, but just looking at the lions, seeing that this is a $700 piece compared to, like, this was about $100 for the whole thing. The Playmates was really, actually, I'm realizing how really good it actually was for what you get for that price, because this is a lot more expensive, and the sculpting is definitely better and the paint is definitely better, but this is actually really good for the price that it was. But anyway, those are give you a quick look at the paint differences. Like I said, the blue highlights are on the Riobot that were missing from the Playmates. And the Playmates, when they originally showed it, they showed it with the blue paint, but when they released it, it did not have the blue paint or the highlights. But anyway, so much better paint job. The legs are hinged further up inside the body, and the Playmates, the hinges are on the, you can see there, on the thigh guards. But transformation already is very similar to the Playmates. If you look inside the mouth on him. So the Playmates opens too, but I think it hinges back. Yeah, see, it won't stay open. They kind of like hinge back, but there's considerably less detail inside the mouth on the Playmates. But so those are blue and yellow real quick, and then we'll take a look at the red and green, and then the black line. Okay, so the red and green lions, the Playmates. The tails came out easier on this line than they did on the red and green, or the blue and yellow rather. But anyway, here's a look at the Playmates compared to the Riobot. And the Riobot, these tails locked easier. So, you can see the blue highlights on this one as well. A little bit more outlining and paint on this. Nice sculpt. The Playmates, it missing the blue paint. You can see that it really does make a difference in the face. Having the more paint gives it a little bit different personality. I definitely like it with the paint. And like I said, when Playmates advertised it, they did show it with the blue paint, and then they didn't put it on when they released it. But so yeah, the painting is much better on the Riobot. But this is a toy, like I said. There's the the hinge to connect it, the connector for the Voltron mode. I'm assuming, so on the Playmates, you lift this back up to put his legs and tuck his legs up under the body, fold it in and squeeze them and to hide him inside the back. I'm going to assume that this is going to be the same, similar transformation. I have not, like I said, I haven't looked at the directions yet, but I will take a look at the directions, and yeah, you're probably going to end up hiding the legs up in here. This part of the body does feel die cast. It's metal, but it's still pretty light figure. Again, not as light as the Playmates, but so you can see the comparison there. Then let's look at the green. The green does have a little different paint. This is more like on the bodies, they're silverish paint on the Playmates, whereas it's more white looking or gray white looking paint on the Riobot. But anyway, here's the detail, and then the face. See, nicer paint. And can I open that up? Inside the mouth. The Playmates. Nice sculpt on the Playmates. And this one does have the blue on the, which I never noticed before. So they did put a little bit on the green line, but not on the red. There's the inside. So it does have the sculpting detail inside the mouth, but it doesn't have the paint. Say this, the green line. So it does feel rather light. So most of it is plastic, but again, this part of the body does feel like it's die cast. The upper body part, but the rest does feel plastic. All right, so let me pull the black lines out. Okay, so here are the black lions, the Riobot, and the Playmates. The Playmates, the face has more of the paint than the other units too. I did take the gloves off. It's easier to manipulate this thing without the gloves, and there's really there's no chrome or anything. So, but anyway, here's the Riobot. Inside the mouth on the Riobot, the black lion is hollow. Let's see if I can get this one open. So the face comes down on the Playmates. But the Playmates also has electronics. And we'll give you a side view. This is the Playmates, and it does have a little bit more of the blue paint. So the Riobot has more articulation, obviously. The black line is definitely heavier, and you can feel the die cast in the black line. You see that paint, the blue paint on the side of the face that's missing on the Playmates. I don't know. I mean, they did do a little bit. Not bad. So the black line has a little bit more hollow look in the face on the Riobot, but you can see all the detail, the painting detail. Now the body on the Playmates is mostly black with the underbelly having the silver paint, whereas on the Riobot you can see there's more paint applied. Nice wings. You got to attach the wings, they're keyed in. This just uses silver plastic and then the red plastic. Not a lot of paint on the wings. There is the blue up here. But yeah, a lot more detail on the Riobot. Okay, so I am going to look at the directions to see how to put it in Voltron mode. Because that's really what I want to do. So just a quick look at the lines with some of their weapons. I didn't put all the weapons on. But these all do, they have tabs to tab them into the mouth. So I just put the, oh, and I did figure out how to lock. So if you line all these up straight, the hinges, and then pull a little bit, it will lock. So yeah, I did figure that out. So they do lock in place. So that's a good thing. And they're very articulated, the tails. So I'm happy to finally figure that out. So yeah, that's them with their weapons. And then there are more weapons. I didn't put them all on, but there's these weapons. You make the lines a lot bigger, more imposing with those weapons. I haven't put those on. And then, of course, the exclusive wings down here. Okay, now let me figure out putting him in Voltron. Okay, so here is the Riobot formed Voltron. Really beautiful. I have to tell you, it is really it's a lot more accurate, of course, than the Playmates, which is the only other version of this. They have two. They have the little die-cast one, and then they have the this big one here. So if you're looking for accuracy, the Riobot is on point there. I will tell you, transforming the Riobot, it's extremely delicate and tedious. Read the directions. Also with the Riobot, one of the things I'm a little concerned about, or maybe I'm not understanding the directions all that well, but it doesn't seem like the legs really lock. And it does tell you even in the directions when you pick this thing up that you have to support the legs, not to let the legs flop, but they don't seem to be locking. So I am reading the directions. Hopefully Riobot puts out a video of how to actually assemble this, because for the most part, I got everything right. I will tell you, everything is really delicate and tedious when you're putting, folding the legs inside and everything. You got to be very careful. So this piece is die cast and it lifts up, and then you fold the legs in, and then these two little things fold out to make it, to hide the little, hinge there. But the transformation, yeah, it is not easy. After you put this in Voltron mode, you're probably going to want to leave it in Voltron mode. So this thing it's about $6.99, maybe $6.50, $6.99. I also have, right here I have the Muscle Bear version of the Blitzway Voltron. Now, out of the two, I think most people will be happiest with the Blitzway. Just when I took that thing out of the box and I was handling it, it's extremely sturdy. Like I said, this is the Muscle Bear. I do have the Blitzway, but it's on display. I didn't want to really handle that, so I have the Muscle Bear standing in place of it. But when you get that out of the box, and it's just amazing, and putting it together, it's very sturdy, and it's very, every piece I pulled out, I was just amazed by its structure and everything, and I was extremely happy with pulling that out of the box. And that's not to say I didn't like this one as much, but this one I really feel is more of a model. You're going to leave it in Voltron, and it's for diehard fans of this design, which I am. I loved the show, and I really do love this Voltron just as much as the original one I grew up with as a kid. But some people are not as in love with this version as they are with the original Voltron. So if you're one of those people, you might just want to get the Playmates. If you just want to stand in and you could find this one, it's a sturdy, fun piece to play with. Of course, it is not nearly as accurate. You can see the Black Lion you know, just to get the transformation, and it's designed to be a kid's toy. But if you just need a stand-in and you can find the Playmates one, and you, because you know, like I said, you're not as in love with this version as say some of us are, I think this is an adequate stand-in. But if you really love this mold, this is super accurate. This is really nice. And I do really, really like it. But like I said, for the price, this is probably not going to be for everybody. It's more of a model. Once you get it in Voltron, like I said, just put it on a shelf and leave it there. You can see it's not nearly as sturdy to me as the Blitzway is in Voltron. That one you can bend and pose, and this one I'm kind of afraid to pose it. You know, the red and green lion, fine, and everything is connected sturdy, except for, like I said, the legs feel like that you can't. You see how they don't seem to lock in. Let me see. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong and not understanding the direction. So hopefully Blitzway puts out a video of how to transform this, and maybe there is a way to lock these in. I can't figure it out. I didn't want to keep pushing them on them because I just felt that I was going to break it. But it does say in the direction to support the legs when you pick it up. So that kind of makes me think that maybe it doesn't lock. But anyway, it is gorgeous. Absolutely. And I will be happy to display this on my shelf. I'm going to show you the back, but I am going to shut the camera and turn it around because, again, I have to support the legs. So, okay, so here's the back side. I wish I could show you the transformation, but like I said, and you can see there's gaps there in the leg. Again, I'm not 100% sure that I connected those correctly. I did read the directions, but like I said, it's hard for me to believe that they don't lock. I'm sure there's a way to get them to lock. I just didn't really, because it was saying to push this down and then let it snap into place, and I did that, but it doesn't seem to be locking. So then they do have fold-out heel spurs, which are definitely necessary. But like I said, it's not, you can see when you handle it, it's a little bit, you know, wobbly. It doesn't have the ratcheted joints like the Blitzway. The joints are like smooth moving, so there's no like real ratchets in them. But everything does pose, and it, you know, it does feel good and everything. The tails do slide in and lock into place on the Voltron. So I really do love the sculpt here, and I'm gonna really be happy to display this on my shelf because, like I said, I really do love that Voltron. If you don't like this Voltron and you haven't watched the cartoon, I think you really should watch the show, because that really, you know, you see the personality of the robot in motion on the show, and then it gives you a better appreciation for this design, which I think is really cool. So Amazon is working on a new Voltron movie. It's apparently filming. They didn't give any indication of what it's going to look like, if it's going to look like this or the old one, or are they making a totally new design. But I'm sure there'll be more Voltron toys once that movie's out. And so let's turn this boy around again. We'll do a little wrap up. So you can pretty much see the size comparison. I am filming this sitting on my floor, but having a little bit of housework done, so I got kind of stuff that should be up on the shelf sitting on the floor here until I get some of the work done. I'll put them back. But anyway, so yeah, here's a little bit of size comparison. You can see it is smaller than the Blitzway or the Muscle Bear, and definitely a lot smaller than the Playmates. But I do really like it. You know what? I should put the swords in the shield in place. Hold on. He does have the shield up on his the green lion up here. And let me put his sword in. So here's a look at the sword before I put it. You can see it has a tab, and it'll tab into the red. It can actually tab into the green as well. You see, it's got the different side, but we will put him with the red. Nice clear. Oh, a little smud. And nice clear plastic. Nicely painted. It feels pretty heavy too. It's good weight to it. There's no die cast or anything in it. It's plastic, but it feels good. Then he also comes with these two little swords too. And then you can also, oh, so here is the shield. Now I think you're supposed to take the, because it does look like it has connectors for the wings, so you are supposed to put the wings in there, and then you could create his shield, the large shield that he uses in the cartoon. And then it has little handle pieces you can connect to. That's one of the things I will say on this too, as you're putting it together, the little ball joints on the feet fell off a couple times. Not bad. They easily snap right back in. But another thing to mention, as the lion's feet on the green lion don't hide as well as they do on the Playmates. You see they're totally hidden on the Playmates. Or rather, you know, you can just mostly see what they do stick up here. But that's the way you're supposed to transform it according to the directions. But anyway, let's give him his sword. Okay, so there he is with his sword. Now here's something I did notice. If you see, in order to get the elbow joint, you have to turn the underside up on the red lion. So instead of having the upper part showing, because it won't bend at the elbow if you twist it that way, you have to have the underside showing. That's the only way I see to do it, and that is also the way it is on the box. Different points of view. So, what do you all think? Is anybody going to buy this one? You're going to wait for it to go on sale? If it does go on sale, I don't know how limited these are. They didn't really say. Do you like this Voltron? So this is the DreamWorks Legendary Defender Voltron from Riobot. And this is the exclusive edition with the additional wings, which I didn't show those off other than showing them in the box. But and I do actually have another one of these on order. I ordered this from D4 Toys, and I did have one on Big Bad Toy Store. So I will probably, because that's with a lot of the ones I really like, I do put one in Lion mode and one in Voltron, and this one's going to stay in Voltron. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to see regarding this particular figure or any questions.